In Washington, the conventional expectation is that the elite will protect their own during a crisis. That expectation was just tested by a very specific documented betrayal. Former Attorney General Pam Bondi recently provided closed-door congressional testimony. During the session, she explicitly placed blame on one individual 30 separate times. That target is current acting Attorney General Todd Blanche. Bondi's testimony directly links him to the failures of the Epstein document release. These accusations are part of a legally binding formal record. It marks a rare moment where a former top official has used sworn testimony to target the current head of the Justice Department. By breaking ranks on the record, Bondi has provided the Oversight Committee with the specific, verified testimony needed to challenge the department's current leadership. The center of this conflict is the Epstein Files Transparency Act, a mandate designed to reveal the full extent of this elite social network to the public. Bondi's defense rests on a single administrative claim. She says she delegated the entire legal compliance process of the act to Todd Blanche. From there, the actual execution of the rollout was moved to the FBI under Director Kash Patel, creating a multi-layered chain of command. When released, the documents were almost entirely obscured by black ink, failing public demand for transparency. The department justified these redactions using a specific label, harm to ongoing matter. This repetitive phrase across hundreds of pages triggered immediate backlash. Through this delegation, Bondi effectively distanced herself from the physical censorship. She created a legal buffer for her own office, while leaving Blanche and Patel responsible for the redacted output. This censorship has led to two conflicting interpretations of why the information was hidden. House Oversight Ranking Member Robert Garcia is leading the argument that the rollout was intentionally compromised. Garcia alleges that the redactions were used to protect the identities of high-profile associates, effectively using the black ink as a shield for the powerful. The department's defenders argue the opposite, that they are legally required to filter this data to ensure the identities of innocent victims are never made public. However, the scale of the blackouts has made that defense difficult to maintain. When nearly every line is obscured, the distinction between protecting victims and hiding evidence begins to disappear. Regardless of the department's intent, the density of the redactions has turned a transparency law into a mechanism for political conflict. The fallout from Bondi's testimony is now moving through the halls of Congress. On June 2nd, Representative Garcia issued a formal letter to the Justice Department that significantly escalates the pressure on its leaders. The letter contains a specific demand. Both Todd Blanche and Kash Patel must sit for immediate, under-oath, videotaped interviews. A written response allows for layers of review by legal and PR teams. A videotaped interview removes that buffer, putting a public face to every answer and making any hesitation or contradiction impossible to hide. Forcing the active heads of the DOJ and FBI to answer for their conduct on camera marks a rare level of direct institutional confrontation. Blanche now faces a binary choice. He can sit before the cameras and either contradict the former Attorney General's sworn testimony or accept personal responsibility for the censored rollout. Bondi's 30 mentions of Blanche have ensured that the Justice Department's internal decisions will now be scrutinized under the high-definition lens of a congressional interview.